miss, welcome to the 80 days no hotels no banks achievement side. Since we have enough space in our suitcase, we're going to start by packing everything. The map will unlock some new routes right away. As I am on seat 4, we're starting off with the Englishman's wardrobe, which is going to be very helpful in negotiating to get the transportations to depart sooner. First stop is Paris. In this commute, the only option is to converse, which didn't really do anything for me. So I heard it's possible to unlock new routes from conversing. For the events in Empire Express, I'm not really sure if the options matter for the purpose of getting the no hotel and no banks achievement, but just in case they do, I'm going to show which ones I picked. I think most of these events aren't too important, but there are a few that are important, which when I get there I will let you know. We arrived in Paris and the first thing to do is to explore so we can reach new places. For any characters that appear to be romantically interested in me, I'm going to avoid them at all costs. We can go for obtaining them later in a different playthrough, but for now we want to be as concise as possible since we can't use hotels or banks. Next stop is Vienna. Embark right away. I don't really get to trek in converse, so I'm just going to read the news. Reading news can also unlock new routes, but it seems to be by chance, so we just gotta keep reading news and hopefully we can unlock something. There's going to be an event on the Orient Express, which I don't really think the options matter. They do affect the protagonist's personality, but I feel like it's still mostly pretty linear when going through this route. One thing I did was try to pick options that seem to be on Fogg's good side, because sometimes it can boost his health. Upon arriving at Vienna, as usual, first thing to do is to explore. There's going to be an event that we can actually hog a free flute. Say we are approached, go to a cafe to talk, comment on the flute, and then steal the flute. We can just sell it up somewhere later for free money. So the downside is my character is now zestful, which doesn't seem to be good. In the market, I bought the cheap items over there, which is monkey wrench and rubber shoes. Unfortunately, we won't be able to embark right now. Skip over the time and we'll automatically sleep outside. When morning comes, go to Warsaw. The event here is important. Talk to the Russian gentleman about the Trans-Siberian, which will unlock new routes. During the ride, I attended Fogg since his health was below 100. At Warsaw, first explore. An event will trigger, but the choices don't seem to matter. I chose to flat over here. The Belarus Express will depart on Monday, but it's way too late, so we're going to negotiate. For tomorrow, we have to spend the night outside again. Check out the market. I'm going to buy some crackers and vodka, and we can leave for Moscow. Unfortunately, we have an extra luggage. I'm just going to hide it. On the train, I'm going to sit with Monsieur Fogg in hopes to bring his health up. Do not get up at Minsk. Keep attending Fogg. His health is dropping quite fast on this trip. By attending him, we reduce the reduction. There's an event about a thief. They didn't steal anything from me. Not sure if my options made a difference. Arriving at Moscow, there's going to be an event. I chose not to stay indoors, but maybe it's actually better to stay indoors to avoid the drama. But luckily, I didn't get in any trouble. Stay outside when nighttime comes by passing the time and not do anything. There's an event where someone hungry approaches us. Somehow getting them to join us will increase Fogg's health. As the market sells the vodka, and time to go to Irkutsk. The weather is gonna be terrible, so we're going to lose a lot of health. I'm going to get a compartment just to save Fogg's health. On the express, remember the advice. Found the man on the train to Warsaw. Suggest a wager so we don't have to pay. Nothing will happen for now, but that's okay. At the next day, make Rosa our acquaintance and snitch to the driver, and now he will make the train go faster. Attend Fogg whenever we can. At the next station, Rosa's mom will show up. I chose to make an excuse, but I don't think the choice matters, because either way, we're not going to see her again. At the next station, there's going to be a couple that's getting on the train. They don't seem important either. There's going to be an option to keep riding the train past Irkutsk, but it's unnecessary and we should just get off here. This is because we want to go to Urga, explore at Irkutsk. The options don't seem to matter as usual. And once again, we're going to stay outside at night. Fogg can handle it. We have enough health points to tank. Our relationship with Fogg will get worse, but that's okay. Embark to Urga. The first event does not really matter much. Also try to heal Fogg as much as we can. Somehow at some point, we are not able to attend Fogg, so I chose to read the news, which I accidentally discovered a new route from Yokohama to Honolulu. This event is not important either. We almost lost half of our HP, so I'm going to attend Fogg whenever possible. The next event is important. Save the ragged woman and take her with us. This is because she is actually a doctor and she can heal Fogg to full health. Just make sure we survive until then. When she wakes up, ask where did she learn to speak French, and ask her to examine Monsieur Fogg. Barushka will ask us to abandon her. Ask what is a Garuda. I thought I was going to unlock some new routes, but I guess not. But we already got the heal, so it's okay. Upon arriving at Urga, first thing to do is to explore as usual. At the Urga event, browse the temple, stop a monk. Not sure if the color of the monk matters, so I just picked a random one. But it turns out we get to talk to both of them. I'm not sure if asking about the Garuda in the previous events on our way to Urga was a prerequisite to this, but now we discovered the Garuda route. To Yokohama, at the market, buy the Buddha statue. It's going to be worth a lot later. Also selling the fruit that we stole, so we have one less suitcase. Spend the night outside and someone's gonna ask to join. When daytime comes, go to Yokohama. Oh, we didn't actually need to get rid of the extra suitcase, but it's okay. The food was pretty waste anyways. Read some newspaper to pass the time, and also attend fog whenever we can. For the events here, I just try to be safe and avoid drama. Just trying to be a chill guy. There's also this weird event about getting on the wings of the Garuda, which honestly seems like a terrible idea. At Yokohama, first explore to discover new routes. As the event here, we can actually get a free item by talking to this guy. Scribbling in a sketchbook. I always get to get free items because we can just sell them later. Spend the night outside again. Good thing we got here from the doctor, so we can tank through it. When morning comes, go to Honolulu. Luckily, we have the Englishman's wardrobe because otherwise we don't have enough HP for this trip. On Noelani, there's going to be a murder case that we have to solve. It's quite tricky because it's pretty easy to make the wrong option. The events prior to the murder don't really matter much. And attend fog as much as possible. I also try to pick options that's valuing Monsieur Fog. Alright, this is the prelude to the murder. The choices here don't actually matter because the murder will happen anyways. Somehow we became one of the suspects. And we have to clear our name. Pick every option as much as possible. And I'm going to choose to be honest because if they found out we lied, then it's gonna make us look more suspicious. So when Monsieur Fog asks us to uncover the truth, we're going to get to work. First of all, investigate the crime scene. Try to imagine the crime. Look over the controls. Jump out of my skin. Then it's time to investigate the suspects. First talk with General Peters. Check all the options. Pretend to be on his good side. When the conversation gets to Miss Carlotta, I didn't think they knew each other. Ask about his opinion on the other passengers. For Carlotta, ask about her character. Finally, ask about the noises. Next, we're going to talk to Miss Carlotta. Go through all the options. When asking what she was doing, ask did you ride the boat? And if she knows how the boat works. She will admit to riding the boat, which is very important. Evidence. Ask about Madame Chu's reputation. If she's a competing line, do not slow down the ship. Pick any other option is fine. I just talked to Jaffer. And finally, the moment is here. It's time to gather everyone. Be cautious and don't be dramatic. Hold up a hand for silence whenever they suspect us. Reject the suggestions of the other characters because there is a louder noise that covered her scream. Ask Jaffer how is he sure of the time of the death. The body is cold because of a cold blast of air. Miss Carlotta is the most calculating. Mention the business arrangements of Madame Chu. Say nothing to threaten your business. Talk about the steam valve in the engine room. The killer was someone who understood the engine. That is Miss Carlotta, as she told us that she righted the ship. And we solved the mystery, which will give us an achievement. We docked at Honolulu. First of all, explore to discover routes that we don't really need. But the event is important. Take a short tour. Take some moments with our Master Fog. This will heal our health to 100 points. Check out the market. We can actually sell the Buddha statue here. It's worth a lot of money. I'm also going to buy the Smith & Watson. Plan our trip. We're not supposed to be able to embark right now, but we can negotiate. So let's do it. On the banana boat, we can only read the newspaper, which we probably don't really need any more new rules at this point since we already got the ones we need. We probably don't even have to attend fog since we have so much health. At some point, fog will be sleepwalking. I actually encountered this event some other times, and regardless of the options we pick, your relationship will get worse. I'm going to keep attending him in hopes that's going to improve our relationship. I'm not really sure if attending him actually improves our relationship though. It seems to be just improving health points only. At San Francisco, exploring will discover the path to New York, which is the path we need to take. At the event here, pick any options. I was hoping socializing with the new characters will benefit us somehow, but not really. The options do seem to affect the character of the player. Check out the market. Sell the sketch we got from Yokohama. Buy another Smith & Watson. And a harmonica. Plan to leave for New York. The Transcontinental Express will take a very long time, so we will negotiate for tomorrow. Stay the night outside as usual. And off we go. The trip is so expensive. Luckily we got the Buddha statue before. I don't even think we need to attend fog anymore since we're pretty close to back home. But let's just do it just in case. At the event we can discover some new routes that we don't need by asking where else can you go besides New York. But we actually do want to go to New York, so we don't need these routes. Keep attending fog because we don't really need any more new routes. From the news, there's also another event that can affect my character. Is my character even changing? I feel like it's just always presentable, which seems pretty decent. Keep attending fog. Wow, they gave us so many opportunities to attend him on this trip. At some point, there are bandits trying to hog our valuables. Jump to my master's aid and suggest we discuss the matter like gentlemen. To get away without losing any money. No need to jump off or anything, because they will no longer bother us after that event. Read the news and attend fog. Ask what we might expect to find in New York, because we're not going anywhere else after. At New York, do not press the hotel button. It's pretty snake to make it the only button not grayed out. Explore at the next day. We will automatically get robbed. I tried the other options in a different playthrough, but I still end up getting robbed. At the market, sell the harmonica and the two Smith & Watson. I just realized I bought some of the stuff for nothing and should have sold them here, but I forgot. Finally, go to London. Hide the extra suitcase we have. There's going to be an event that seems like we can speed up the trip, but we got rejected from speeding up. The rest of the events don't matter. All we have to do is to just wait until we arrive to get our achievements. I'm super sad I'm so close to get the 40-day achievements, just 2 days behind. But it's alright, I already got extra achievements that I was not intentionally going for. Initially I was only going for the no hotel achievements and I kinda got the no banks by accident.